Hello. Welcome to another video here. Today we'll be taking a look at the Piper Dakota, which is now available for free for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 users. I think it came out just a couple of days ago. It just randomly pops up in your set of aircrafts in the simulator. You don't really have to do anything. You don't have to go to the marketplace and download it or update anything. It just shows up in your aircraft by itself. So yeah, there's a new aircraft, Piper Dakota, that is available for free for 2024 users, mind you, not for 2020 users. So yeah, it's always a welcome surprise to get a free aircraft, and if I'm not completely mistaken, this is developed by Carenado. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, I've just loaded into the aircraft in 2024. We can take it for a spin, take a look at it, see how it is in general. So first things first, let me go in the walk around mode and get rid of the engine covers. The wheel chocks are here, that can go. Got a pitot cover here, and that can go as well. It's fairly easy to get rid of the various covers and stuff around the aircraft, which is fantastic. We can also step into the aircraft, I believe, from here. We can't do that. Oh, I thought we could. But I'm pretty sure you can open up this cargo latch. Yeah. There we go. You can store some luggage in there. That's pretty cool. Oh, you can open it up right there and you can enter the aircraft like so. Now, before we take a look at the cockpit, let's go outside and take a more detailed look at the airframe here. As you can tell, it's modeled really nicely. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Very nice texturing and details all across the airframe. The propellers look great. There's an aircraft taking off behind us there. Anyway, the wheel looks great. The wheel fairings look wonderful. Exhaust of the engine look great. That looks really good. So yeah, the external modeling is really nice. There we go. It is well modeled. So for a free aircraft that's included in 2024 now, that is not bad at all. Okay? That is not bad at all. Look at that. It's not too bad. Okay, it's not too bad at all. Level of detail is quite high here. Yep. Resolutions are great. Textures are decent. That's good. Yep, it's decent enough. It's not too terrible. Anyway, having said that, let me also quickly show you guys around where we are today. We are at Block Island State Airport, or rather an airstrip. It's a handcrafted little airstrip in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It is quite beautiful, as you can tell. It's a lovely little airstrip on an island. It's very near New York, I must mention. It is very near John F. Kennedy. So it's not too far away from all that business, but a little spot tucked away, not too far away from an otherwise very busy part of the world. So that's really nice. A really nice hidden tucked away corner that you can find near New York. So yeah, it's handcrafted, and it's handcrafted quite well. It's got lovely details all around the airstrip. Look at that. It's got lovely details all around the airstrip here. I know we're supposed to be taking a look at the aircraft, but this airstrip is so beautiful, I thought I would just take a look at this as well. You know? Okay, anyway, perhaps we'll take a closer look at the airstrip in another video. For today, we'll just head back into the aircraft. But as you can tell, it's a really lovely airstrip. Okay. Given that, is that another Dakota next to us? No, it's not. It's another aircraft. Anyway, let's jump back into the cockpit, shall we? There we go. First look around, first impressions. You can already tell this is some very good modeling and textures in here. Look at that. Very good indeed. We can read all the labels. It's really cool. That's obviously installed upside down so that when you open the door from the outside, you can read it. So that's not a glitch. Look at the textures on that. Look at the drapes right there. Look at those curtains. Drapes. Did I just call them drapes? Are drapes curtains? I'm confused. Anyway, look at those curtains right there. The blinds, I should say. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at the absolute texturing on the leather. That's just some good stuff there. The seats are modeled wonderfully. And all across the aircraft, you can see that the textures are top notch. You couldn't ask for something better. Even with payware aircraft, this would be absolutely excellent. So to get this for free in 2024 is a bonus. And that's a positive. Not a lot of positive things I can say about 2024 at this point, but this is definitely something that works in their favor. Look at how good this is. That's fantastic stuff, man. Absolutely out of this world. Look at the stitching on the seat belt there. Crazy, crazy good. Anyway. Okay, those are yokes there. Now if we come into the cockpit, we can tell that the texture modeling continues absolutely crazy level. Look at that. Great stuff. It's so realistic. The weathering is absolutely brilliant. Man, that's a good looking aircraft. That is a very, very good looking aircraft. Look at the yoke and the details on that. Goodness me, that is good. Just look at the screws on there. Absolutely good stuff. Look at the way how the screws. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Very, very good texturing all across. Even the details on a key are absolutely nailed. So yeah, really, really beautiful aircraft here. Very reminiscent of 70s, 60s, 80s kind of style. I would say more 60s and 70s here. Very, very nice. I'm pretty sure some cockpit textures are available out there that you can change it out with. I'll take a look at that in another video. Yeah, it comes with this GNS 530 avionics system, which I absolutely despise, but you know, it's a good retrofit. It's not too terrible at all. Okay, it comes with a rudimentary autopilot system, which works pretty well. I've tested that out. This is very typical of the autopilot systems that you find in aircrafts. Very similar to this, the Bonanza and all that. They have this very same stuff. It works and it's quite decent. Much easier to use than some of the other autopilot systems on older aircraft. So it's not too terrible at all. It is not too terrible at all. Okay, so obviously it's not. The engine simulation and the system simulations are not exactly study level, but they're still very, very decent to give us a good simulation experience. It comes with plenty of labels all around that you can very easily read. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get our little aircraft started up here. So to start up this aircraft, we'll turn on our batteries, turn on fuel pump, anti-collision lights. I'll turn on my landing lights. Why not? We're very close to the runway anyway. Put our fuel to rich there. Tank selector. We need to select the left tank first. Do we have fuel? Yeah, we got fuel here. Crack open the throttle right there. Parking brakes are on. And alternators can come on as well. Oh, we need to prime the engine here. 1, 2, 3, and then there we go. There we go. We have started up, ladies and gentlemen. Can run up the RPM slightly just to warm up the engines, but the engine's not modeled really well, so you know, you can kind of do a lot of crazy stuff with it that you wouldn't be able to do, probably not in real life. But so nav lights, radio light is here. The avionics switch is right here, so we gotta turn that on. Ta-da! Just like that. So yeah, pitot heats can come on. That's pretty much all we need to do here. We can set our flaps which are right here. The lever is right here. So flaps right there. Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Okay, that's all looking really good. Got a rudimentary landing checklist, takeoff checklist right there. The fuel pump needs to be on for takeoff, so we're going to leave it on for takeoff. There we go. We'll allow the GPS to kind of capture itself, align itself. Not that it matters, we're not using it today. We're just going to fly in visually around the airstrip pretty much, but still, we could no harm in trying that. Is the bug centrable? No, there's no centering on the bug. You just have to turn it. Heading bug there. We've got a bunch of navigation instruments, vertical speed, altitude, air speed, and your attitude indicator. Okay, that is the auto trim right there, electric trim. You can turn that on or off as required. And a bunch of trim controls there. Parking brake here. Okay, great. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Acquiring the signals here. We're waiting for that. We don't need the heat or anything like that on for today. We're just taking a rudimentary look at it. So I'm not really worried about it. Anyway. The sounds are absolutely awesome. You can open up the hatch. The storm window, I should say. Sounds are really cool. Look at that. If we step outside for a second, the engine sounds are absolutely marvelous. They're really good sound. Really, really cool. Very nice. Okay. Good. We are pretty much ready to go here, and let's do that. Let's get on out of here. Without further delay, let's just get on out of here, shall we? Okay, so we're pretty much set for taking off here. Release the parking brake. We can turn this way. The wind today is... should take off in the other direction, more or less. Yeah, we should take off in... Okay, let's take off from runway 01 probably. So let's go this way. Should we go this way? Yeah. No, you know what? We'll take off from the other runway. My bad. It's a good time to test the controlling of this thing. The ground handling isn't too terrible at all. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Yep, it's quite a nimble aircraft, this one. Yep, quite a nimble aircraft. Look at that. Really easy to turn there. Anyway. Really, really easy to turn. We'll take off from that runway ahead of us. Beautiful aircraft to taxi. I really like the way it feels. Beautiful. And I'm falling in love with this little airstrip here. Block Island State. Interesting. Okay, taxiing along quite happily. Very, very nice. Runway 28. Okay. Runway 28. So that's where we'll take off from. Cool. Okay, let's go. $60 there. We can pull back at 70 pretty much. Looking good. 80 knots there. Almost. Flaps can go up. Obviously the gear is going to remain down for this one. It does not have retractable gears. Can bring back the propeller a little bit. Doesn't really matter. The engine's not really modeled that well, so even if we run it flat out, I don't think we'll run into issues here. I do have damage model completely switched on. So yeah, everything is on here. So we could have a little bit of an issue. If we try and do anything too crazy with the aircraft. But yeah, it's gentle flying, very easy to fly this thing. Nice and easy. Look at that. That is so delightful to hand fly this thing. We are creeping up on the speed there, quite slippery in speed this thing. But very gentle to hand fly. Very nice. And the sounds are brilliant. This island looks absolutely amazing. Look at this thing. Great. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay. Good. That looks great. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the autopilot and how that works. We'll go autopilot, we'll go altitude hold for the time being. Let's see how well it holds that. Speed is creeping up a little too much for my comfort there, so I'm just gonna bring that down slightly. Propeller RPM is pretty much in the green. We're good. That is fine. Okay, just gonna... Let's check out how this works, shall I? Let's turn on a heading mode, see how it turns. There we go. Nice and easy. Very nice. Not too difficult at all. We're holding at about 1,100 feet. Let's climb up to 3,000 feet. We'll see how it does on that. Let's arm that altitude. Let's go to VS. Let's push up VS about 500. Okay, and we'll continue to mess around with the heading here. Let's see how it's performing really well. Very straightforward autopilot. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay. So far I have to say I'm enjoying this aircraft a lot. Ooh, look at the sun there. It has got a power setting table. Look at this. That is really cool. Just a bit of rendering issue or something like that. I don't think it's exactly a rendering issue, but I really love the way how this thing looks. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Perhaps it's a graphics glitch, but it looks good. Looks good. Climbing steadily towards 3,000 feet, not an issue. Maintaining speed there at 90% throttle and a bit of RPM pulled back. Not an issue for this lovely aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at let's take a look at some of the views available. Okay, that is pretty decent. That is pretty decent. Okay. Some great views available all around. Not too terrible. Not too terrible at all. Great. Okay, reaching about 2,000 feet at the moment. Let's turn this aircraft back around. So yeah, once we reach 3,000 feet, we can take manual control, do a little bit of aerobatic with it. We'll also perform touch and go, and then we'll come in for a landing. We'll see how that goes. What is that right there? Is that a chronometer of some sort? No, that's the air temperature. Ah, the outside air temperature. Really cool. I like it. Okay, it's a good aircraft, this one. Yep. I can positively tell you that is a good aircraft. This has to be Carenado. It seems like a Carenado aircraft. Carenado. Okay, this is pretty cool. We should have turned off our fuel pumps. We don't really need them. Even landing light, we don't really need it at the moment. But yeah, this is pretty good. We could turn on our air conditioning if we want to. Not gonna do that today. Okay, coming up on 2500, I'm gonna continue turning this aircraft around the island here. Look at how beautiful this place is. Oh, the wicks are modeled too, so that's cool. That is very, very nice to see. Texturing up here is absolutely wonderful. Look at the textures here. This is good. It's a good aircraft. Really nice GA flying. It's one thing I have to give Microsoft Flight Simulator. The GA flying is absolutely amazing. I enjoy that a lot. Well, mostly because of the graphics, but yeah. Okay, we'll come in for a touch and go. That's a particularly short runway, is it not? We'll come in for a touch and go, and then we'll come in for a landing as well. But first, as we reach 3,000 feet, let's actually give ourselves... Let me go a little higher on the vertical speed, just so we can quickly catch up there. And then we'll go ahead and do some aerobatics. Let's go on to that, shall we? Okay. 3,000 feet, there we go. So the autopilot is working really, really well. No issues there. Yaw damper. Do we have yaw damper on? I have no idea. Is that yaw damper, first of all? Yeah, it is yaw damper. Anyway, I'm going to take manual control here. Autopilot disengage. There we go. My aircraft. Let's see how steeply it can turn. Okay, speed is climbing there. I don't want to... My damage model is on there, so if I increase the speed by too much, we're gonna have a crash. And even if we do, it's not that big of a deal. The whole point is to test the aircraft. Really, really lovely to turn it. Look at that. It's so good. It is so good. Okay, the speed is very slippery. So it speeds up really quickly, and it also slows down fairly quickly, but not too much. Speeding up is far more intense. So let me try and do something a little bit crazy here. Let's gain our speed a little bit. Ooh. And then we shall try to... do this. Let's see. Okay, so it can't flip around with that speed, but look at how quickly the speed will increase. Look at that. The speed increases almost instantaneously. So yeah, pretty cool. Cool aircraft. I like it. Very foolproof to fly, pretty much. Very, very easy. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and perform a touch and go. Let's see how we do on that. And then we'll come in for a landing, just so I get an idea of what speeds to use. I'm assuming I should touch down at around 60 knots, but let's see how that goes. Where's the airstrip? Airstrip is... Ah, there it is. We're pretty much flying parallel to it. It's right there. The end of the wingtip right there. Okay, we'll come in for a landing. Just fly out to the water and then we'll turn around. We're at 3,000 feet, so it's pretty high at the moment. So I'm just gonna cut back our throttle there. Cut back the throttle to 50%. See how the speed is not even decreasing by that much? The speed does not decrease very easily, but it definitely increases in speed. So very slippery aircraft. Very, very slippery aircraft, but really fun to fly. Must say, very, very fun to fly. It is nicer to fly this than the Bonanza that comes included. Both the Bonanzas that come included in Flight Sim, this is a far better aircraft to fly, I have to say. It's far more enjoyable, at least for me. Okay, gonna cut the throttles down. Ooh, that is... The speed is not easy to get rid of on this aircraft. Even with a steep turn like this, the speed isn't going anywhere. Yeah, the speed isn't exactly something that's gonna go anywhere. Okay, I have an idea. Let me just side slip it slightly, and then I'll deploy the flaps here. Flaps 1 for the touch and go, and then let's see if I can make this work. Still coming in at 100 knots. Okay, I don't want to go any faster than 100 knots with the flaps on, so I'll try one more time to. Okay, it's not exactly responding to my side slipping very well. No, it doesn't do much. It doesn't do much at all. Okay, we'll still continue and see what we can do. If we can't perform a touch and go, we'll make this a flyover. You know, why not? We're just shimmying towards the runway right now. Straighten that out. Go straight down and... No sir, this is too fast for a touch and go there. Okay, we did touch. There we go, out we go. Really cool. Flaps up to increase the speed. And there we go, it happily accelerates past 90 just like that. So yeah, very, very easy aircraft to fly this. It's just that it's a little bit difficult to slow it down. That's all you gotta remember. It's not exactly one to slow down very easily. Beyond that, not an issue at all. Okay, lovely, lovely. With that said, let's go ahead and land this aircraft, shall we? Let's come in for a landing, see how we do. We'll come in from this side for the landing. We'll come in from this side for the landing. So let's see how that goes. Let us see how that goes. Okay, I must say this is very enjoyable to fly. I shall turn it around now with idle throttle, if possible. Okay, so it does bleed a bit of speed when you go this way, but not as quickly as you expect. Is this a bug or is this how the real aircraft behaves? Because it does not drop speed as quickly as you would expect. I just made that extreme turn on idle throttle. Okay. Propellers up. Flaps down. Flaps down. Okay, that helps with dropping the speed a little bit. Throttle to 50%. And we're immediately accelerating. Yeah, this is I'm not sure if this is how the real aircraft behaves, because if it does, that is an interesting aircraft to fly. But yeah, the speed is fascinating. Nonetheless, it's very, very enjoyable to fly, like I've said. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves in for a landing. Get ourselves in for a landing. What a gentle flyer this thing is. We've got only a 3-knot headwind at the moment as we come into land. So it's fairly very, very good conditions to fly. Really, really beautiful. Engines idle. Still a little bit high, but we've got speed on our side, about 20 knots to spare or so, which is quite a lot for an aircraft like this. We're coming in a little bit quicker than I want. Okay, we should bleed off the speed now. Yep, there we go. A little bit of bleed there, but we're still coming in too fast. Okay. Nice and gentle. Very, very easy to land it. Beautiful aircraft. Yep. For a free aircraft, that's definitely a good one. Absolutely good one. Okay. Really, really cool. We'll take a look at the landing replay in just a second. Let's just taxi this in. And once again, it feels really good on the ground too. I like the way it handles on the ground as well. Very easy to control it. Really, really nice aircraft. I hope it's somewhat true to life, but it's really, really nice. Yeah, it's one of the cooler GA aircraft. So yeah, I think that is a good aircraft to provide for free. Let's put our flaps up there. That is a really, really good aircraft. That's a gold star to Microsoft Flight Sim for giving us that for free. Absolutely beautiful. Look at how good this airstrip looks too. Block Island State Airport. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice. Looks like a house, doesn't it? But it's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, let's come in here and we could park ourselves in at any one of these parkings that we like. Give ourselves just a bit of speed. Let's turn it in here. And we'll come in and park it. Let's come in and there we go. Nice and easy. Well, we're a little bit off to the side, but that's okay. That's okay. There we go. Lovely, lovely aircraft. And 100% recommend flying this because this is really, really enjoyable. I'm definitely going to be flying a route with this. I'm going to make I'm going to be performing some flights with this because this is absolutely beautiful. What a lovely aircraft. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at our landing replay here. Absolutely beautiful sounds. I'm not sure if that's also the prop wash we're hearing. It just sounds absolutely brilliant. Okay, there we go. Just a nice and easy touchdown there. Very nice. Beautiful. This is always a good view to take a look at a replay. Gorgeous. Ah, that is so satisfying right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, this should pretty much be our last replay, and then we shall shut down the aircraft at our parking where we left it. Let's take a look. Final landing replay here. Gorgeous. Very, very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and shut this aircraft down, to which there isn't much. Parking brake just confirming is on. There we go. And I'll turn the fuel pump. Fuel pump is off. We should have turned on the fuel pump for landing, by the way. That is my mistake. Ideally, you would turn on the fuel pump for landing. That is the correct way to land it, according to this checklist anyway. But this checklist anyway, but nonetheless, pitot tube of alternators can come off. Cut the engines right there. Propellers down. Yeah, we can turn that off too. Fuel tank selector off. Flap levers are down. Carburetor heat. Sorry. Air conditioning off. Everything else is done. And we can turn off our battery there. We should also turn off the avionics right there. Okay, just like that. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. We can unlock it from here, open that up from there, open up the aircraft, and we'll jump on outside. There we go. Really, really beautiful aircraft. 100% recommend that you fly this. I'll definitely be doing flights with this aircraft because I've fallen in love with it already. Very, very, very enjoyable. Very enjoyable indeed. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Let me actually go ahead and switch to drone camera here. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Hope you guys enjoyed the scenery today. The lovely handcrafted airport here on Block Island State. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Very, very nice handcrafted airport here Very lovely place to take a quick little escapade, especially if you're new to an aircraft. I think this is the place I would come to. The interiors are not modeled, but it's an absolutely beautiful place. Anyway, with that, I'm going to leave it here for this video, and I shall catch you in the next one. Once again, thank you so much for watching. See ya.